Hi everyone, it's Julia with My Angels Have Got This for lesson 12. I hope you guys are doing great. Get comfortable, grab your notepad, grab your pen. I love you guys all very much. I'm very proud of you. Make sure to like the video, let me know your feelings about it, and make sure to share it with people that really need it, right? We're trying to get everybody in the universe well. I mean, healed in regards to relationships. So yeah. All right, I think we're ready, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about misinterpretations that lead to misunderstandings today. All right. So what causes our mistakes, right? We suddenly start behaving the wrong way. I don't think so. What appears to be unexpected behavior, we have well thought it out beforehand. And that's the truth. In order to understand the mistakes, right, we need to focus on thought plus feeling equals behavior. So, after a while, we keep going, over and over and over again, certain things, right? And we can start to observe and recognize and make sense of what really is happening. Okay. It may be tough to change, right? But we have to look at the result of our behavior. And it can happen if we do the necessary work, right? Do you know that on an average day, every human being has 80,000 thoughts a day? It's crazy, right, if you really think about it. But it's a proven fact that the majority of them are negative out of those 80,000, and the feeling that accompanies it. So the effect of the feeling, right, is either an action or a reaction. So what differentiates between reaction and action? It's our beliefs. It's the way we were brought up as children. It's the way that we perceive the world. So before we start looking at misinterpretations and flaws, right, that cause us to derail our relationships, let's focus on our thoughts and on our characteristics, okay? We produce thoughts very quickly, almost instantly, without being able to make sense of them beforehand. So they're actually a clear reflection, of our real truth. So our thoughts may seem unrealistic sometimes, and yet they may even, continue even after they're refuted. So that's what we need to look at, right? Some things, like, all or nothing. Everything either has to be black or white. There's no in between, right? It's either perfect or it's, catastrophic. So that's one thing that we need to look at, right? And then a lot of times when we generalize about something, it can have negative consequences as well. That's like when we say, all men are jerks or all women are jerks. Okay. You get my drift? Okay. The negative prophecy, which we all become like the thoughts of evil, like everything is going to turn out bad. If I say how I feel, he's going to get upset at me. He'll never want to talk to me again, right? If something bad happens to you, you're going to constantly think that, everything is going to go bad for you. That's what we talk about being a seer of evil, right? Making that negative prophecy of how things are going to turn out before you even know. We also focus very closely on tiny details that can, mess up the rest of our day. So we need to change all that. For others, it's rejecting the positive. We automatically, for some reason, lower the significance and value of a positive act. I'll give you an example. Like, if somebody, okay, let's say your boyfriend or your girlfriend was to give you a gift, right? Instead of saying, wow, how wonderful it is that I got this gift, your thoughts are, well, why did he give me this gift? What is he hiding? Why is he being so nice to me? Or she, right? And then when we make assumptions, right? We assume the other person's thoughts are negative. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're out on a date, right? And the person that you're out with is not smiling, is not laughing. You automatically think that the person doesn't want to be with you on this date, or they're annoyed with you. You get me? Okay. When we use the statement have to, we become way too rigid. Okay? And we become rigid in our opinions and in our behaviors when we say have to, So we need to change that as well. And then downplaying, right? Us as humans, we seem to downplay our achievements. It's like we pay more attention to when things don't go right as in comparison to when we do something really well, or we are recognized for the good things that we do. It's just human nature, right? So we need to change that too. And then last, I want to talk about emotional logic, right? Our emotions are the basis of how we interpret the world around us. In other words, like, the way I feel has a very decisive impact on how I act, right? When I feel angry, I act in anger, right? When I feel unlikable, I become unlikable. You get me? Yeah, I know you do. Also, let's talk about labels, right? Based on our thoughts, right, we get into this whole thing about being judgmental and, and critique and do all this kind of stuff, right? Both on ourselves and on others. It's easy to be judgmental and to make assumptions about other people, and especially after a disagreement, right? And then let's talk about personification. This is when we project the negative behavior of others onto ourselves, right? So a lot of times we can eliminate these misinterpretations, like this poof. But in addition, we shouldn't use them, right, for a base of attacking ourselves or others. So the reason why we're talking about this is so that we can understand them, right? And we can kind of catch it before it happens or laugh about it, right? before it takes a hold of us. So, here is your assignment for today. You got your notepad? Okay. Which of the misinterpretations above do you experience most often? Go through the ones that we mentioned and give them a score between 1 and 10. With 10 being the misinterpretation you experience most often in your life, and the 1 being the least, right? Okay. While you do this, you should avoid self-criticism and focus on the similarities and differences between the misinterpretations and your own experiences. Now that you made your list with your top 3 misinterpretations, change has come one step closer than you think, right? So next time one of these happen in a relationship, maintain composure, right? Maintain consciousness, and try to choose to act differently. Okay, so we don't repeat the same patterns over and over again. All right, so you're doing great. You know I love you. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you tomorrow for lesson, should be 13. Okay. Giving you all my love and blessings. Have a wonderful day and keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. Bye.